Good morning. Thank you for all coming out to support our clean and healthy oceans, waves, and beaches by rising above plastics, and specifically by support of AB 298, a bill to ban bags in the California State Legislature. This morning we're lucky enough to have an established row of speakers, especially our keynote speaker, Nathan Fletcher, who will be introduced by Dan Jacobson, the Legislative Director for Environment California. And we'd like to first start by thanking the San Diego chapter of the Surfrider Foundation for setting this up, and our co-host, Environment California. We also have support here from Sierra Club, League of Conservation Voters, and San Diego Coastkeeper. We're going to get things kicked off by speaking with our CEO of Surfrider Foundation, Jim Moriarty.
Hi, so this is an interesting topic to be here. And to be clear, this isn't really a leadership position that we're talking about here in California. There are 70 municipalities that have passed bans, 50 of which Surfrider has been connected to. The state of Hawaii, has been the first to pass a statewide ban. Entire countries, the country of Ireland, the country of China have passed similar things. So I'm really proud that Solana Beach was the first in San Diego to step up, and now it's time for the state of California. Right behind us is the Pacific Ocean. Single-use plastics do not belong in the ocean, and that's what this is about. So if this resonates with you, please come by our meeting this evening in La Jolla. I'll get you more details if you'd like. And with that, I'd like to introduce Dan Jacobson.
Thanks, Jim. Thank you very much. My name is Dan Jacobson. I am the Legislative Director for Environment California. It's a real pleasure for me to be here standing in front of the Pacific Ocean. I think, as everybody knows, there's too much plastic that's going into the Pacific Ocean every single day. The worst part is that scientists are telling us we may not be able to get that plastic out. So the first thing we have to do is make sure we don't keep putting more plastic in. The easiest way to do that is to get rid of some of the worst forms of plastic. Single-use plastic bags that are given away by the billions at grocery stores every year here in California are the best way to start. This year, AB 298 has been introduced that would do that. It'll come up for a vote in the next 17 days in the California State Legislature. This bill will pass because champions like Assemblymember Fletcher will take this, support it, and make sure it gets through the Senate and then passes through the Assembly. He has a history of being strong on clean water issues, whether it's protecting us from brake pad toxics or making sure that shark finning doesn't happen anymore in the state of California. He's been there. We're going to ask him one more time to make sure that we can protect the Pacific Ocean from single-use plastic bags. So it's a real honor and privilege for me to introduce Assemblymember Fletcher.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Hey, thank you, Dan and Angela. We've been working to try and get this close for a number of years, and I feel like, as Dan mentioned, we have 17 days left to go in this legislative session, and we have a chance for California to do something that is important to our environment, and that is ban the use of plastic bags in California at a statewide level. Municipalities like Solana Beach and Encinitas and others have led over 50 of them, but it's time that the state take a leadership role and the state do the right thing. You know, we're standing here today in front of an area of beach that is one of the most renowned and one of the most utilized in all of San Diego. It's used by swimmers and surfers and kayakers and families, and it reminds us that California's coastline are a true natural treasure. They're full of marine wildlife, they're full of amazing scenic beauty, and they're something that we all enjoy. And you hear a lot of talk by leaders about preserving our natural treasures. But I look at our obligation in a different way. I don't think it's our obligation to say we want to keep it just the way it is today. I think that we don't want to preserve, we want to enhance. We want to make it better. I have two young boys that I bring to this very beach on a regular basis, and I feel a sense of obligation to hand them an ocean that is cleaner, to hand them beaches and bays that are in a better condition than my parents gave to me. And this legislation will put us on the path to doing that, and I'm proud to not only support it, but to be a co-author. Plastic bags are in so many ways a menace to our ecosystem. When you take into account the simple statistic that there are over 14 billion plastic bags used every year just in the state of California. 14 billion. When you realize that less than 1 to 3% of these are actually recycled, you realize the billions upon billions of non-biodegradable bags that once discarded end up in our waterways, they end up in our landfills, they end up in our oceans, where they sit for over 1,000 years because they don't biodegrade. There are 300 separate marine species that are adversely affected by plastic bags. They're considered especially dangerous to some like sea turtles, who often mistake them for jellyfish, causing great damage to the marine ecosystem and to all of the forms of life that we depend on in our ocean. You can also make a fiscal argument. I think a lot of folks here are here because of the importance we feel in making a commitment to the environment, but you can make a fiscal argument. The city of San Francisco alone, estimated in 2004, they spent $8.5 million of city money annually to clean up plastic bags. It's estimated that the state of California spends $25 million per year to landfill plastic bag waste. In a period of reduced budgets, I can think of a lot better ways to spend $25 million in the state of California. Many businesses are here to support us and stand with us. Some voluntarily banned them. Whole Foods in 2008 voluntarily banned the use of plastic bags. And you know what? People still buy their groceries. They still show up. They manage to get their groceries from their car into their house and into their bodies. The world's not going to come to an end. We've seen examples from other municipalities and other states that this is the right policy to make, that people's behavior will change, and we'll make a commitment to not only our budgets and economies, but to our environments. The bill provides uniformity amongst all the different ones that are out there. And in closing, I just want to reiterate, I think, what so many of us in California and San Diego stand for. And that's a commitment to our quality of life. And a part of our quality of life is enjoying the amazing natural treasures and resources that we have. Clean water, clean beaches, access and preservation and enhancement of our oceans and our life. And this bill does a great deal to put us on a step forward. And I'm proud that California is following the lead of states like Hawaii. And I will just tell you that leaves 48 other states that when we pass this need to now follow the lead of California, who got there a little bit late, but we're getting there. Pass this legislation. Let's have the governor sign it. Let's get it done. Let's make a real commitment to our ocean. So thank you to everyone who's here today, who supports this legislation. Thank you to all the legislators that have led for years and all the various groups that have been pushing this for a long time to help get it done. We're 17 days away from having a chance to actually get it completed. So thank you, Dan and Angela, Jim, Evan, and all the groups that are here, along with our elected officials and municipalities that have already passed this. Thanks.
Thank you, Nathan. And yes, I'm Angela Howe from the Surfrider Foundation. We're also here with several other groups where this is the most important issue to our groups. And it's important because we want to preserve these beautiful beaches for future generations. For people like 11-year-old Evan Lewis, who will be speaking to us, saving the best for last in this conference. But first, we're going to hear from the industry and local representatives. We have Ralph's Grocery Store, Kendra Doyle, who's going to speak next, followed by Solana Beach representatives Lisa Hebner and Dave Roberts, as well as Encinitas City Councilwoman Teresa Barth.
Thank you. Good morning. As many of you know, Ralph's has been a leader in the greening of its grocery stores for many years. We have recently launched a perishable donation program that keeps food into our food banks and away from landfills. We're leading the way in zero waste locations, and later this year we'll launch an anaerobic digester that truly is the first of its kind in our nation and in the world. That is why we join with Environment California, Surfrider, and so many other organizations across California in support of the Brownlee bill to ban plastic bags in California. We see this as the next logical step to help preserve our magnificent resources, or improve, as we learned earlier, remove tons of waste from our landfills, and keep our coastlines clean. Also, we support the Brownlee bill for what it does for our industry. There is truly another element to this as well. Today, there's a patchwork of ordinances out there that in some cases, like San Diego, no ordinance at all, that address plastic banning bags and charging for paper in different ways. This hodgepodge of local laws only serves to confuse and frustrate consumers and has a tremendous impact on the cost of going to business for grocers and other retailers alike. Let me give you just one quick example. In the County of Los Angeles has an ordinance that bans plastic and mandates that we charge a fee of 10 cents for paper. Across the street, the city of Los Angeles has no such ordinance yet. Today, consumers can walk across the street if they like and save the cost of a paper bag, or for that matter, use plastic. When LA City's ordinance takes effect, perhaps as early as January, plastic would be banned for 6 months and paper will remain free for an additional 6 months, which will result in a cost to Ralph's alone of more than $1 million a month. Let me repeat, $1 million a month for 6 months that plastic is banned and paper remains free. This is not good for the environment, it is not good for Ralph's or business, and it certainly is not good for consumers. If we are truly dedicated to making a difference in the environment, we must do something at the statewide level. The environment doesn't know the difference from a bag from Target or Ralph's or Walmart, and it doesn't know the difference between a bag from Los Angeles or San Diego. What it does know is the effect it has when it reaches our landfills and our oceans. What would be good and what we want to see is a uniform effort across the state that bans plastic and provides a fee that will discourage the use of paper bags, encourage the use of reusable bags, and keep California as a leader. Thank you very much.
Good morning. I'm Lisa Hebner. I'm a council member in the city of Solana Beach, and I'm very proud to represent Solana Beach today, the first city in the region to ban single-use carry-out plastic bags. It was our residents and businesses who brought this to us and encouraged us to enact this ban. Given that less than 5%, we hear 1 to 2% of these plastic bags are recycled, we recognize the scenic and financial threat to our beautiful location that plastic bag litter causes to our city. Given that Solana Beach is obviously on the beach, we are also bordered on the north and the south by lagoons. And too many of them we see end up along our roadways and in our waterways, endangering wildlife and adding cost to our general fund budget. So just as Solana Beach was the first to ban smoking on the beach, and it is now widely accepted as well as praised, I believe the time has come for not only the entire San Diego region, but the entire state of California to follow in Solana Beach's footsteps and ban single-use carry-out plastic bags now. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone. I'm Teresa Barth from the City of Encinitas, City Council member. In July of 2008, the Encinitas City Council did vote to approve a ban that was to ban plastic bags and a fee on paper. But shortly thereafter, we were threatened with a lawsuit by Save the Plastic Ban organization, which was an petroleum industry organization. So anticipating that, rather than spending our taxpayer dollars on litigation, we and our Environmental Commission adopted a grassroots outreach and education program promoting reusable shopping bags called A Day Without a Bag in December 2008. Every grocery store in our community participated. We had numerous volunteers giving away reusable bags that the city had purchased. It is estimated that nearly 9,000 reusable bags have been given away in Encinitas since 2008. A Day Without a Bag went countywide in 2010. That we're very proud of having started that initiative. Every major grocery store has participated, and many major retailers have as well. Equally, every jurisdiction in San Diego County participated in our Day Without a Bag program. We have seen over and over a wonderful support and encouragement from our citizens who want to see this happen, and we have heard, just as we did today, from every retailer that what they really want is a statewide ban so that they would have consistency from jurisdiction to jurisdiction and saving them tremendous amount of money and efforts. That's why I'm personally in support of 298. I will be bringing this to my council on Wednesday night, asking them again to send a letter of support to the Assembly and the Senate for this, because this is the solution to the problem of single-use plastic bags. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Dave Roberts, the Deputy Mayor of Solana Beach, and thank you all for being here today. And I have to say, oh my God, the bag monster just arrived. Go away, go away. Plastics harm our environment. It's a threat to our coastal economy. It's dangerous to marine life. and it's an unconscionable burden to our taxpayers who have to foot the bill each year to clean up this mess. So cutting back on plastic bags not only makes good environmental sense, it makes good business sense. As the father of 5 children, I want to speak to our youth today, and it's a pleasure to see so many young people here today, including our friend Evan Lewis, who I know from San Diego Eco Kids, which is a phenomenal organization promoting environmental issues for young people. But recently, we just completed the 2012 Olympic Games, and I don't think any athlete inspired us more than Oscar Pistorius from South Africa. You all probably have heard the story of how he had his legs amputated at 11 months old, yet he was able to learn to walk with blades, and today he is an Olympic athlete who competed in London in the Olympics. A phenomenal story, but the purpose of the story is that he never gave up. His parents would not let him use the lack of feet as an excuse, and he competed every day to become an athlete. And so my message to Evan and to the Eco Kids and all the youth here is do not give up. It's time to pass this ban, not only in the city of San Diego, the county of San Diego, but throughout the state of California and throughout the nation. We did it in the city of Solana Beach. It took leadership, it took guts, but it was the right thing to do. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Evan Lewis from the Kids Eco Club and Surf Rider Foundation. I am here today to talk to you about why our state should ban plastic bags in California. Okay, you're at the grocery store shopping for groceries and you get 4 plastic bags. What you may not realize is that those 4 plastic bags will take over 400 years to biodegrade. Well, over 400 years to biodegrade. That means that your children's children's children will have the burden of the same plastic bag you use today. There are many reasons plastic bags shouldn't be used. First off, they kill over 100,000 marine animals each year, mainly the sea turtle. But they don't kill only marine animals, they kill land animals too, like the thousands of birds that swallow them and die. Did you know that the first plastic bag used was in 1957? If you do the math, not one plastic bag has ever completely biodegraded. Have you heard of all the chemicals in plastic bags? As these bags start to break down, their chemicals and toxins are released into our drinking water and soil, which can be very harmful to all animals, including humans. In the U.S., every citizen uses an average of 500 plastic bags a year. The population of California is about 37.6 million people. That means that California alone uses about 18.8 billion plastic bags every year. And a very small percentage of these plastic bags are actually recycled. Is this the gift you want to leave to future generations? Why I believe in this cause so much is because we can all make a difference and help the environment. 49 cities, including LA, have already banned plastic bags, so we already have momentum in the movement. If we follow in those cities' footsteps, we can become one of the first whole states to ban plastic bags and make a big difference. California now has the opportunity to help save our environment and make a decision that our children's children's children will be very proud of. Thank you.
Wonderful job, Evan. Thank you. Thank you, Assemblymember Fletcher. And one more round of applause for all of our speakers today. We're gonna be open for questions afterwards, and I think some of these guys might go surf, but hopefully not the bag monster.